Hey Neppers, it's me, Wild Neptune. This video will be my updated impressions after testing out the new unit, Gala Lilias. Before that though, a like, comment, and subscription are always welcome. Thanks for the support. Now, let's get going. So these are going to be my initial raw impressions of her after testing her out a little bit in World Arena. So this is a build that I used. Now, because I'm an idiot, I did not have any molas on her when I tested her, because I just kind of forgot that she wasn't molaed. Just so used to this plus 15ing things right away. And you're wondering, well, where the rest of her molas? I don't know. Where are they? Anyway, I have pretty much found, I guess, that she has two builds. And build that relies on the S3. That one you want speed set, probably torrent set too. So like 235 to 245 speed, high damage, low HP as you can get, right? Boom, boom, boom. Wind Rider as your artifact is probably your best in slot. The other one is an S1 reliant build, where you want to basically maybe go a little bit slower, have a little more sustain, maybe some ER, like on this build here with the artifact. I have about 155, which is not that bad. I can actually, mod this health out too to get even lower health. So torrent set by far on the S3 build is the best one, but I think if you're going on an S1 build, pen set is actually not that bad of a set either, because you're going to do pretty good damage on the S1 with the counter if you run the counter set. And the lifesteal is also not that bad. You might not do as much damage on the S1 as on the S3, but the sustain you get from the lifesteal can be pretty useful. I haven't tested her out on lifesteal set yet. I do think because she's not an evasion character, that lifesteal isn't quite as good on her as the counter set, but we will have to see. Counter's always kind of dangerous when things like Lionheart are in the fray, and Lionheart is a meta level unit, so maybe this isn't quite as good in the meta right now. It is kind of gimmicky, obviously. Counter set kind of always is, but we'll have to see about that. One thing I did not mention, I don't think, in my initial video, is that she is extremely difficult to gear. More so now that I've actually put stuff on her and tried to test her out a little bit than I initially thought. You see here, I just have like so many wasted stats in this crit chance. Now, what else could this crit chance be? Speed, basically, right? You basically need like speed, attack percentage, crit damage, and ER, maybe, if you run ER. And that's it. And you have to avoid a stat too. So you cannot have health. And that is extremely difficult to do on the sets that she wants, because a lot of counterattack characters, they want health, right? And who has like pen or torrent gear with like ER? Like, I just have this because I'm like a mad person, okay? Nobody else should have something like this, okay? But now, how she actually fared during the fights. So, of course, units like this one, like AOL, are really, 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 really problematic for her. Especially if you cannot outspeed, say like, this is like, I would say on the faster side of AOLs, a lot of them are actually maybe like 220 to 230 speed. So this is actually, some of them are like 280 speed, right? But I would say this is on the faster end. And this 166, it does fully cover, mine, right? And I think mine has more ER than most of them do. So this will just completely counter most ER Gala Lilias builds. And it's fast enough to just, get rid of the fast kind of Gala Lilias builds. Because building like above 240 speed with good damage is difficult to do, extremely so. The other unit that I just didn't think about that really, really counters her pretty hard is Winter. Winter, because she has a true damage, fixed damage, extra hit, this basically kills most Gala Liliases right off the bat, and she can do nothing about it. It is probably, besides AOL, the closest thing to a hard counter that any unit has. Basically, if you see her and AOL, you would just kind of down a unit, unfortunately. So I do think that if you do pick her, you have to have a way for them not to pick Winter and AOL. Maybe use your pre-ban on her, right? Which for me is problematic because I have a lot of other ways to fight AOL, and it's not a unit that I like pre-banning because I'd rather pre-ban something else. But, you know, I've been a proponent of we don't need 3 pre-bans. We had to do something else to change up the way the system works. But this is the case where having 3 would very, very much so help Gala Lilias's viability. Now, as far as how to perform, though, wasn't that bad. One thing I was surprised about is that if you're fighting like a cleave team, and the cleave team doesn't quite have a way to take off her passive damage limit thing, she's actually pretty good against a cleave team. Now, the problem is that almost every single good cleave team does have a way to do that. But you know what? Even if Rand does it in Soul Burst, stuff like that, if he misses, it's, you know, not the worst thing. Is it good? No, probably not, right? But it is something that I think you could consider a little bit as like a cheeky, you know, I'd say throw in, right? If you have nothing else to do. They're better options, obviously, but not quite the most dead pick if you want to pick her early on. Now, when I drafted her too, I did not really draft her in ways that are indicative of how you would normally pick her. I first or second picked her every single time possible. And you're not going to do that. She's not a first or second pick unit. She's a unit that he probably won't pick until like later into the draft. Probably similar again to Straze, Leica combos. And she does seem to be like a pick that you have to combo with other units or draft in a way where she really benefits your draft. She's not like a standalone good unit. She definitely needs either a team that's supporting her, or she needs to be combined with, again, other units. So I would say those are my initial impressions after testing her. A little more tepid on my, response and everything that I had initially. I do think she's still a good unit, especially because she seems to be pretty decent against MO Landy, but she does have some holes in her armor and everything like that. So, yeah, just be warned where I would say that if you want to go this route, I'd say this is the more tricky to build route than the speed one. I think the speed one is going to be easier to use overall, and this one does require her artifact basically, which I only got one copy of, which I had to buy for 240 powder. But anyway, yeah. So hope you found this video a little bit more informative, and if you haven't pulled her, hopefully this will, do a little bit in your decision making in the future. Anyway, I'm Neptune. It's been a good one. Nep out.